Call this meeting to order. Welcome. Can you start with roll call?
Mr. Wright.
Here.
Mr. Lopez.
Present.
Ms. Hawkins. Here. And Mr. Salcido.
Here.
For the record, Mrs. Dozo is not in attendance.
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You all remain standing for a moment of silence. Well, I'd like all you guys to kind of keep in your heart and your mind and your prayers go out to the young men that we are missing last week. And so if you'll join me for a moment of silence.
Servant leader, and I'm certain he will be successful in his future endeavors. Caleb's parents are here this evening, Sarah and Jeff Weiss. You'd stand with your Anyway, Caleb, congratulations.
I think I coached him when he was about 6, and I think he was bigger than me then.
I'm standing next to my own son.
Yeah. Great job, kid. Next up is the CGUHS cheerleading squad. We're going to have Mr. Randy Robbins come and give the great honor.
All right, on February 2nd, if I can steal a line from our principal, Mr. Triggley, it's a great day to be a Cougar. On February 2nd, our cheerleading squad went up to Australia Foothills High School and won a state championship. You know, winning the championship is really, really hard to do. I mean, the dedication, the effort they put in, and if you don't know, I witnessed them, and they performed between 8:10, I believe, and 8:20 in the morning to get up. I don't know what time they got up in the morning.
4:30. I really went to bed.
Okay, but I mean, to get up that early in the morning and to perform with such precision that they did, I was nervous, I was scared, I was there watching, and they performed beautifully. And, you know, the effort they put into it, and that's a big deal. You know, winning the championship is hard. I know, I've tried it and failed 3 times. I know what it's like to try to win a championship. They've actually done it. And this is something that you ladies will remember for the rest of your lives. I mean, that is so awesome, and thank you for allowing me to watch you that day. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I'll be there next year for the repeat. Plenty of support from our community and the parents, and just everybody was cheering for them, was behind them, and we've had they got some plaques that they passed out that was given to them by a donor in the community. Appreciate that.
I swear.
And actually, just so you know, they have some state championship rings coming.
Yeah!
I want a picture so I can hang up in my office, okay? All right. Okay. Yes, ladies, you've been summoned to take a picture with the board.
Yeah. Okay.
You go right ahead.
He said Cougars! Yeah, let's hear it.
And grandma. And grandma. And
Hang on, one more. There we go. Thank you.
Mary, you gotta get it.
Do it off.
He's looking for you.
Congratulations to you guys.
Thanks for having us. Mary Ann, do you remember those days?
Yeah. Only 40 years ago, come on. We have a march reunion in
Alrighty. We'll move on to item D, employees of the month.
Well, Ms. Salcedo, members of the governing board, and as always, it is my pleasure to get to recognize another group of outstanding employees in our district. So I'm going to ask Mary Ann to help me. She's going to read the names, and then I'm going to hand out plaques as they come forward.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Lorena Jimenez. Patricia Amato. Katie Mummer. Russell Daniel. Angela Benavides. Stephanie Adams. Donna Tejas. Michael Wagner.
Congratulations again.
Vicki Lawton. Yay! Kathy White.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Thank you.
So, and as always, besides being recognized here tonight and getting a plaque, they will all get the chance to join me next week, on Wednesday at the Big House Restaurant for breakfast. So,
I'll have to clean it up.
That was great, item number 3 right there. So here we go, going to item 4, any public comments? Alrighty, then moving on to, reports and presentations. Item A, Superintendent's report.
President Salcido, members of the governing board, it is always my pleasure to get the chance to brag on our district, and the month of February was incredible, so I'll apologize, well, I really want to apologize, but this is going to be a little lengthy because a lot of great things happened last month. Oh,
One more now.
Mike Wagner.
One more.
Congratulations. That's all right.
Yeah, Mike.
All right, well, besides congratulating the Caspian Union cheer squad, in that we also had a big congratulations. We had 4 wrestlers at CG Union who also qualified for state. Damian Quiroz, Rafael Quiroz, Gabriel Jolly, and Jordan Bush. And then Jordan Bush finished 3rd place in 120 pounds in Division III at the state.
Wow.
So, also big congratulations to the Vista Grande's Brianne McClellan and Noah Almost for making the Arizona's Elite 15 cross country. Also keep an eye out, they were at Fox Sports as the Vista Grande cross country team was selected to be the Tire Pros team of the month for the month of February. So big honors for them. Congratulations to CG Unions, Peyton Lizanaya, who recently signed with Arizona Christian University to play football for them next year. So congratulations to him. A big congratulations to CG Union FFA on their huge success at the South Central District Dean Merrill CDE Field Day. The group earned 4 first-place finishes, 5 second-place finishes, 6 third, and 1 fifth-place finish in various categories. Congratulations to the 7 Vista Grande High School students who had the opportunity to attend the 6th Annual High School Leadership Night with the Arizona Coyotes last month, and they had a great experience, and I think Caleb was one of those students who was there. Big congratulations to Vista Grande's Evan Shapiro. I got to be a part of a wonderful thing. We got to recognize him. He just got out. He's been accepted into the 7-week Keys Research Intern Program at the U of A. It was a fun day. I got invited over, and his parents were there. We got to surprise him with quite an honor for him and an experience he'll get. So along with the members of the Caspian Union High School District PLC Guiding Coalition, I had the chance to attend the PLC Summit in Phoenix to learn more information on improving our schools, and what a great experience it was for all of us who were in attendance. One of the best conferences I've ever attended as a working professional. Congratulations to the Caspian Union rodeo team members who also assisted the CAC rodeo team with their Exceptional People Rodeo at CAC last month. So again, giving back. Congratulations to Mr. Jimenez's art class at Vista Grande. They had an art gallery, and it was kind of neat. He really wanted his students to be able to experience the business side of art. So not only did they have their gallery up, but they also got to sell their own artwork. And I think one student made $240 on her art that night. So a neat experience for them. I also got, a couple weeks ago, I got to attend the DKG brunch on Saturday, February 3rd. And so a big congratulations to Vista Grande's Christina Salcido-Grigg and CG Union's Stephen Morality. They were both honored as key women in education by Delta Gamma. And so that was a neat event. Got a chance to visit that with them. A big congratulations to the Caspian Union Indoor Percussion Ensemble for an outstanding performance at the Caspian Winter Classic. And then 8 students from Vista Grande Skills USA attended the Arizona Region 3 competition last month. They brought home 14 medals, first place in Outstanding Chapter, Technical Theater Team in place Prepared Speech, second place Technical Theater Team, and Job Interview Demo. So big success for them. Congratulations to the Caspian Union Key Club members who gave back to the community by volunteering at the Save Our Students Baskets and Bits on February 24th. It was a great event and nice to see our kids out and helping in the community. And then this past Saturday, big congratulations to Mr. Morris, the Castle Grand Union science teachers, their students, for an outstanding SciTech festival that took place at CGUHSD. It was just an amazing experience, and middle school kids coming, just what a great day for science and learning, and just the excitement was there. And then the following, last Saturday, there was a big congratulations to all those who put on the STEAM fair at Pier Park. And so it was a big event and a big community event last Saturday. Another congratulations to the Vista Grande construction students. They got a chance to put their skills in action, and they actually built and installed the new dugout benches for the baseball program that they will use this entire season. So I have some photos I got to tweet out. It was kind of neat to see them get to apply their knowledge right on their own campus. And congratulations to the CG Union FFA members who won state honors and had a state-winning range management team this past month. Big congratulations. Last Friday night, I had the honor of being at the CGUHSD Scholarship, and so we had 47 Castle Grand Union and Vista Grande students who received scholarships last Friday night. So what a great event, and neat for our kids. Congratulations to Vista Grande DECA team who brought home great news. Their own Maddie Bradford was elected to the 2020 District 3 State Representative, and Boston Leos was an Arizona finalist in the ICDC qualifier. So again, and then last weekend was the STEAM Fair, and what a great event for science and the Castle Grand community. So that concludes my report.
Great report.
Yeah.
Next up is the DWLC presentation. Director Ken Hamilton will give the presentation on Desert Winds Learning Center.
Thank you, President Salcedo. Board members, thank you for this opportunity. The first thing we want to do is give some excellent awards. And the first award I would like to give, first person I would like to recognize is Kevin Flores. Kevin? Kevin, I'm so proud of Kevin. Kevin's been down at Desert Winds for 4 years. And somebody said, well, how can he be there for 4 years? Kevin started late as a freshman, and if you come late after 10 days, then you're automatically referred to Desert Winds. So Kevin came down, and each semester he wasn't quite caught up, so he stayed. And then first semester this year, he said that he's going to graduate on February 14th of this year. And outside of the obvious, Valentine's Day, I'm not sure what significance that was, but Kevin, what day did you graduate? February 14th. His advice to other students is never give up. And when he was coming to school, the nicest car in the parking lot belonged to Kevin. Kevin is 17 years old. He has his own home construction remodeling company. So Kevin's going to be a superstar in this community. Kevin, proud of you.
Kevin.
Come on back. Kevin.
Sorry, we should take it.
Our next excellent award goes to our classified employee, and I'd like Melanie Keiser to come on up. See, I told Melanie I needed her to be here tonight in case she needed to answer any questions. But the real reason I wanted you here is to recognize you. Now, she's been in a district or with Desert Winds since 2016. But before that, she was with us a long time ago, right when the new high school opened, correct? Or was getting ready. And then Toltec stole her away. And in 2016, I stole her back. And she runs our office. She is so organized. She is professional, and she's just a great role model for our kids. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And our third excellent award is our certified employee, and I like Joe Triggerlady. Come on up. I will hear about this tomorrow, because I told her as well that I just needed her to come to help answer questions. Joe's been with us for 5 years, and she's been down Desert Winds for 2, just an excellent counselor. You don't know how many kids that she has to deal with every day, because everybody's coming and going and changing schedules, and she just has a lot on her plate. And she's our counselor. She's been in counseling for 32 years. She's been a teacher for 7 years, so she's been in education for 39 years. And I thought she signed a 7-year contract when she came, but she told me she didn't, because she's going to be retiring June 21st and be moving back to Oklahoma to be a grandma.
Thank you, Nancy.
We'll take a few minutes to tell you a few things about Desert Winds. First of all, we're a credit recovery school, and we support both Casa Grande Union and Vista Grande. We have the same schedule. We have the same start and stop time, 8:10, 3:05. We work on what's called a 2-3-4 plan. The students get 2 classes at a time. They work on each class for 3 hours a day, 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon. And then they have 4 weeks to complete those 2 classes. So a month. Every month they should be completing 2 classes. If they do 5% a day in Edgenuity, they'll meet their goal. Edgenuity, the parents have 24/7 access to that. They can track the progress of their students daily. If they're in the green bar, they're ahead. If they're in the blue bar, they're right on track. And if they're in the red bar, they're behind. So they have some work to do. This is our graduates. As you can see each year that we have gone up in our graduates. Last year, we graduated 123 students. Our goal is very simple. Our school goal is 1 more graduate than we got last year. So if you walk around downstairs, you'll see a lot of pink sticky notes around that have 124 on them. And that's to remind everybody down there what our goal is. So our goal this year is 124. We had a great first semester. We graduated 32 students. We sent 19 students back to their home campus. As of to date, we have 52 graduates, 26 from Casa Grande Union and 26 from Vista Grande. So we're both right on track. Out of the possibilities of graduates, we have 31 from Vista Grande that have a real shot of making it, and 42 from Union that has a real shot. So if you add all those up, that's 125. If everybody comes every day, works, does what they're supposed to, we have a real shot of making it. These are our numbers. They change daily. Even since I did this slide, these numbers have changed because we've had graduates, we have people come and go. This would be an average if we have 300 kids. You see the 12th graders, 11th graders, and just second semester we took some 10th graders that were struggling to try to help them get caught back up and see if we can get them back up before, and if not, then they'll be with us in August. That's the number, 148 from Union and 152 from Vista Grande. Right now, just because of the graduates, it's 142 from Union and 143 from Vista Grande. We also do summer school for the district. Last year, we had 342 students complete 578 core academic classes. That's 4 days a week for 4 weeks. The students will come from this year, they'll come from 8:30 to 12:30. It starts May 28th. The students pay $50, non-refundable. They get one absence and one tardy. Outside of that, then they get dropped because it's a short period of time and they need to get their work done. All the success doesn't come without a great staff, and we have a staff downstairs that really care about kids. And you know, they help them, support them, advise them, guide them, assist them. Probably two more that should be added up there is dad and mom, because we're dad and mom to a lot of them. Then on August, let's see, what was that day? August 25th, 2016, one of our young ladies gave birth in the bathroom, and since then I've been known as the DW Grandpa. So I am Grandpa. But the interesting thing is students, we do have some students that transfer out to Pep Tech, to Mission Heights, to Grad Solutions, to ASU Prep, and the majority of those kids always come back. And the reason they come back is because of the staff. Now I'm the director, so I'm supposed to tell you how wonderful this is, but let's see what the kids tell you.
And I go to Desert Winds. My favorite thing about Desert Winds is you work at your own pace and work how you want.
My name is Alexis. I'm a senior at Desert Winds, and what I like most about Desert Winds is that not only the staff but the students here, we all push each other to do our best.
Marie, I am a junior here at Desert Winds. The thing I like most about the school is that the teachers see potential in students and help them do the best they can.
My name is Kevin. I'm a senior. One thing about what I like about Desert Winds is that they encourage me to keep going on even when I didn't want to keep going on to school.
Is Daniel Bustos. I go to Desert Winds and I'm a senior. And I like Desert Winds because it gives you the opportunity to either catch up on your credits or get ahead of your credits for graduation. And teachers are really helpful with helping you achieve your goals.
I'm a junior. What I like about Desert Winds is that they help people graduate, and I love that.
Any questions?
So currently you have 300 students, is that what you're, or roughly around?
It's 285 right now.
Yeah,
But we average 300.
Is that pretty normal for, I mean, you show statistics on 15 to 18, so has it been 300?
Actually, it was a little bit higher. It was between 375 and 400. But we lost 2 teachers. And so with losing 2 teachers because they went to Cascade Union and Vista Grande, our reading program transferred, and then our special ed teacher left. So then our numbers went down because I didn't have as many staff, so now we're down to 300.
I was kind of curious because the numbers you have, I mean, you went from 53 graduates to 123, so I mean, you turned it into a 33% graduation rate. So I was just trying to figure out what was contributed to have that great success in 4 years.
Well, Edgenuity plays a big part of it. And we do Edgenuity because we have the time, the correct way as far as with the videos, but also with the teachers break it out and they do small groups as well. And so with this 3 hours, they also have a tutorial hour in there as well. So that gives us the time to work with them individually. So yeah, we've had a lot of success with that program.
What's the number of computers for kids?
Well, I have some classes, well, everybody has a computer, everybody's on a computer. But I have some classes with 70 in them, I have some with 50. I have one math class, that's because it's a smaller room, and I only see 28, it has 28 in there. But then I have a math class that has 80 in it. So. But we have 5 paras, everybody has a paras, they play a big part of it as well.
think the biggest thing is that whatever you're doing and look, I mean, you have great success in 3 years right here, going through that we maintain that and we bring you some more support in doing and having that progress.
We appreciate, we look at it as, if we didn't have Desert Winds, there'd be 300 kids that would be dropped out on the street.
Right. And not only that, you're making big changes. I mean, you have a 100% increase in graduation in 3 years, so.
We probably won't do that every year. Probably pretty soon it's going to go downhill.
You know what, the rule of thumb is when you show data like this, right? So, I'll give for you, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All righty, moving on to information technology. Information technology presented by Mr. David Griffiths.
I will be updating you on the status of the technology in the district. We've covered a lot of ground in the last 2 years, especially with all the one-to-one stuff that we've been doing. I always like to start these out with where the money comes from, because we have a lot of money invested in our infrastructure, our internet connections, power needs, connections between the sites and the district office. So that all is basically funded 80% through our UA that we receive from the government. And most people don't know it, and I get a lot of questions on this. If you look at your phone bill for your cell phone or any other communications types things, you're going to see a little surcharge on there that everybody has to pay, and that's what actually funds it. So that's that federal universal services charge. And this is the money that we actually receive from USAC. It's split up in priority 1 and priority 2. Priority 1 is the connections, the actual connections to the internet and physical connections between the sites. And priority 2, which is new for us, we never really qualified for this until last year, is what covers other things like devices for connecting those things within the district. So we can buy battery backups, Wi-Fi units to hook the students up to in the classrooms and things like that. It's really helped us out a lot, because that is an expense you can see right there. Just the Wi-Fi and UPS to finish off the project this year, after the classrooms were already done, was $117,000, almost $118,000. So without that money, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of what we did. And this is where we actually applied all the money. We changed out our connections between us and the internet, and we've also changed out our internet connections with the money. We had some problems with one of our prior vendors, so we've switched everything to Cox Fiber, and it has just been one of the best things we've ever done, because we don't have a lot of those connectivity issues we used to have. The Cox Fiber ring, we used to have point-to-point connections between the sites and the district office. Everything has to come to the district office to get out of the internet. We had microwave towers, there was rain that went down. It was down a lot of times just because of alignment issues, dust would kill it. And putting in the Cox Fiber has eliminated all of those issues. It also built in a lot of resiliency. Like if you took out the district office, those sites can still see each other independent of us. So that's really important, because like our student management systems, knowing where your students are and having an accountability piece in place for the students is critical. It also helped us complete the power upgrades. So we had a lot of power issues in the past, and I'm going to thank Mr. Mace over there for helping with this. Ultimately, he gave us one of our final solutions. But APS, when the power went out, we had enough battery power to run things for about 10 minutes, just enough time to get us to shut everything down, protect the data. So now, when power goes out, the UPSs will run everything for 20 minutes, but we also have a power generator. The power generator kicks on in about a minute or 2, so our batteries hold us until that goes. That is hooked into the house gas lines, so that will actually run pretty much, it runs indefinitely, doesn't it, Tim? Yeah. So we can go without power if we need to at the district office. And that lets us run our air conditioner, because it doesn't do any good to run all of our computer systems when it's 120-something degrees and fry everything. It covers air conditioning, all of the data center, and all of the connectivity pieces to keep our sites going. So even if the building goes dark, the sites keep on working. We also leveraged it to finish off our Wi-Fi project. We had all of the internal spaces covered, and we had a pretty good coverage in the gymnasiums and bigger open spaces like that. But this year, we actually finished it off where all student occupied spaces are covered. Because there's a lot of times during the year, you know, kids can go outside and work. And you'll see classes out there on the bridge at Union. You'll see them out in the auditorium area, or the amphitheater area at Vista. Now they're fully covered. They have kind of signals if you stood in the right place, you know, just like the old days where you hold your phone up, you could get a little bit of a signal. Now they can just go anywhere, they are covered. Another big one we did was replacing the phone system. Originally, the E-rate covered phone systems. They pulled that back where they'll no longer cover them. They're concentrating on connectivity for students to get to the internet. So that fell back under the district. And the hosted service we were using was running $126,000 a year. So we would have had to shoulder that. Rather than doing that, we went ahead and acquired our own system. It's going to cost us $45,000 a year for 5 years, but then we own it. So we actually got that at effectively a 0% interest rate. We got incentives that covered the 3 or 4% interest rate that we were going to have to pay. So after the 5 years, which will be in 2021, we'll wind up paying $8,000 to $10,000 a year, and it's probably, you can say phone system's good for 15 or 20 years. So we're sitting pretty good on that. It'll actually save us money over even when we raise the E-rate. It was one of those necessity of having to find a solution because we lost the E-rate funding. Another nice thing about it is a thing called PS Alley, private switch automated location. When somebody dials 911 now at one of our classrooms or an office or anything like that, it actually sends that information to the 911 responders. It tells them what room they're in and at what location, and it notifies the principals. I get a notification and we know what's going on, instead of them going to the front office saying, hey, we got a 911 call. We also replaced our camera systems. The original cost on that was estimated at about $220,000 to $250,000. And we wound up deciding to do it in-house, and it's a pretty good camera system. I've heard a lot of good things on it. We have really good coverage now. I know that some people want to expand it, but we actually pulled that off for just under $100,000, and I think we doubled our cameras overall in the district. And Dr. Beatty, when he got here, he had to wade through our existing website trying to find information, and was trying to use applying here, and was not satisfied with what he saw. So one of his big jobs for the IT department was to get our website up and running effectively. And what we did, see, over time, our website has been kind of directed to internal use. We have stuff on there for the students, we have stuff on there for the employees that are already here. Instead of concentrating on the information we want to attract new employees. We want them to have the information, we want to do it easy for them. We want to attract parents to come here instead of other places and options that are available. So the facelift, that's the cosmetic piece, and I'll just do a quick preview of it. We really wanted to highlight what's available. So it's the same information, it's just structured where people can get to it more easily. So you see human resources, these straight to your benefits. Hey, I want to apply for a job. I'll apply now. Health and wellness, it lets them know, hey, we take care of our employees. We want to see them be fit and healthy. And the change in the wind for everybody right now is we are going to be looking and concentrating on workforce development. Hey, what is one of the big things that supports our career and technical department? Right under that, it shows everything we offer. We have a couple of other offers we're going to be adding on to that too. But it's quick, it's easy to get to. That was a really big piece of it, to make it accessible. This is another piece that kind of goes hand in hand with the website. So eSchool View, that's what the ESV stands for, is the people that host our website. They also have an app available available. They actually build it custom to our needs, and we're in the process of building it right now. So what that does is, it's kind of like our school messenger. We can do a phone blast right now, so we can send out something that goes to a phone and an email and to text messaging. Well, this will take it a step further. It'll also go to an app that people can download on their phone, and it'll automatically post to Twitter and Facebook. And so you have a problem in a site, you have to evacuate immediately. You don't have time to run to a computer and, to try to send something out to everybody. You can run out the door doing it on your phone, and it'll hit all of those different outlets at the same time, and it'll do it all within about a minute to everybody. So that's pretty awesome. Another nice piece, this particular product ties into PowerSchool, and it's way more granular. It will go all the way down to the teacher level. Teachers can use this to notify based on the students enrolled in their classes. So they can send, hey, I want all of the students that don't have 2 of their assignments done in the last week. Hit enter, and it'll send those people a message, hey, please check your student's PowerSchool page. They're missing some assignments, I want to get them caught up. It also replaces the current functionality we're using through School Messenger for those classes. Student devices, it's that time. We're 3 years in right now, and we'd originally planned on replacing things starting next year. Well, when you're replacing 4,000 devices all at one time, that's really hard pill to swallow. So what we did, we went ahead and budgeted it for this year. Instead of buying pieces and parts and then replacement devices for those that are broken, we're just going to hold back that money from the insurance fund, use the district funds to cover the balance, and then go ahead and start 1 year in advance. And what we'll do is to start buying the incoming freshman devices. That way, we'll always have a fresh batch of devices for the students as they go through. Starting in 2020, we're actually going to hopefully start being able to sell these devices to the students. At the end of 4 years, you've hit your depreciation point for the devices considered completely used. So what we'll do is start selling them for, we don't have an exact number, I'm guessing about $20 a piece, and that will provide the students a device to move on to college and beyond. And it'll also fund the new acquisitions. This is a big one for me. That's the one problem I've been wrestling with for probably 5 years, trying to find a way to make access equitable. Not everybody has the access they need. We know this. So we did a student survey, and the biggest question on that is, how often do you have internet access in your home or outside of school to be the best way to play ball? And we were actually fortunate. About half of the students in the district took the survey, and of them, we had 1,269 saying they had access 5 days a week. And looking at the graph, it's kind of deceiving. It's like, that sounds like, hey, that's awesome. Look at all those kids that have access. Fact of the matter is, those individual students right there, there's 288 of them don't have solid access to their internet. That is what needs to be addressed. That is a lot of kids, and that's only an estimated half of those that don't have solid access. So what are we going to do about it? First thing I'm looking at right now is working with Sprint, and they're a member of what's called the 1 Million Project. The idea is to give 1 million students access within the next 2 years, or I believe it's 2 years. So what they do, Sprint is going to cover the cost of half of what we implement. We pay for one, it's basically a BOGO. Buy one, get one. That goes on for the first couple of years. We would pick up the full bill on the service piece of it, starting in 21, 22. So what I'm proposing is we do this, and we start checking them out to students just like devices. That'll give us 200 wireless hotspots. That covers a lot of students. That doesn't cover everybody, though. Another part of the problem, there's people that don't have access to a signal in some of our areas. So to cover those kids, and if you look at this chart, this actually surprised me quite a bit. The total column right there is the total time the student is on a bus going to school, and then it's the same amount of time for that student on his way home. And both of them have students that are pushing close to 4 hours a day on a bus. if we heat up these buses, that's a lot of time to get work done. So, and I don't have costs attached to this because they fluctuate so much and I'm just at the beginning stages. Once I get costs, I'll definitely let everybody know what it is. But we're gonna have, probably the administration team decide where do we want our cutoff. I'm proposing anything that's over an hour each way, we heat it up. We heat up our, activities buses and then we heat up our athletics buses. There's kids out there traveling many hours where they could be getting their work done and they could, have a much better shot at keeping their grades up to snuff. So those are the big projects for the future and hopefully the very near future. So, any questions?
So how far out are we on, I mean, I'm very interested, I know a lot of kids, I mean, we're a 1,200 mile radius district, so.
Very large geographic.
So I pass kids getting on buses at 5:45. Sometimes you're just amazed, and so they can be productive. I mean, if they're dedicated enough to get on a bus at 5:45, they're probably dedicated enough to be doing some homework or being productive on the way to and from. So,
and I did talk to the transportation department about the longest runs, and they said those are actually some really good kids on that bus. It's not like they get bored and they're disruptive or anything like that. They have very few problems.
and go to Anderson and Barnes, you'll see a bunch of kids sitting and wait for buses over there. So that's.
Yeah, I think that longest run is out to Big Valley.
Okay. So I'd like to see more on this. I think that's a very productive way of reaching out to our youth.
When we talked with our transportation department, and they were gonna we were working on getting some this year.
We have one going on a bus right now.
We're gonna put it on and experiment and see just kind of how receptive the kids are.
Yeah, part of the survey was, would you use this to do your schoolwork on a bus? And about 80% of the students responded yes. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you,
All right. Moving on to item 6, matters reserved for board action. Item A, move to approve the second reading of and adopt district policy HA, negotiation goal, priorities, objective, and HI, rights and responsibilities of employees negotiating organizations. These policies will replace the current HD, meet and confer, recognition and procedure policy.
I move we adopt HA and HB1, HI.
I'll second it.
Any discussion?
I think everybody's done a good job of making all this happen and took a lot of groundwork working with the personnel and the certified teachers and make sure everybody's on board and answering everybody's questions. So I applaud all of us for the patience and Dr. Beebe and for his time spent with the staff to make sure everybody's on board with it. So I think we're in a good place.
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins? Yes. Mr. Salcido?
Yes. All right, motion passes. Moving on to item B. Move to approve the district renewals as presented for the 2019-2020 fiscal year.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins? Yes. Mr. Salcido?
Yes. All right, move to approve to accept the following board informational report as presented. So we have several. Need to move?
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Informational report.
Any discussion on these?
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins? Yes. Mr. Salcido?
Yes. All right, that's moved and approved. Next up is 7, consent agenda. I'd like to get a motion that we pull items A.
I so moved that we pull item A off the separated, vote on separate.
Any discussion? So we'll vote on B through J.
Yeah. Yeah, so you need a motion and a second for B through.
I make a motion, we approve B through J on the consent agenda.
Any discussion on that?
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
And Mr. Salcedo?
Yes. All right, so we'll pull position and appointments. Would you like to speak to that?
Yes, I would. President Salcedo, members of the governing board, I wanted to take a moment and thank you for allowing me the opportunity. Obviously, with Mr. Hamilton's presentation tonight, and you know, with Joe retiring and moving back to home to be a grandma, well, her spouse is also doing the same. So with Mr. Trigale retiring from Casa Grande Union, we have a principal position to open, and we were able to interview last week, and I would like to formally introduce you to the next principal to lead Casa Grande Union High School, Mr. Brian Mapp. He is here in the audience. Just a little bit about Brian. Brian has his master's of education in educational leadership from Northern Arizona University. He also has a master's in bilingual and multicultural education from Northern Arizona University. He's got a number of years of administrative experience. Most recently, he currently serves as the principal at Salt River High School. But prior to that, he was the principal at Payson High School from 2013 to 2017. He was also principal at Paradise Valley High School in the Paradise Valley School District, and then he's held a number of assistant principal, department chairs, a lot of educational leadership positions. He's also been active in our state and is the past president of the Arizona School Administrators ASA Secondary Division. So I would like to introduce him and welcome him to the Casa Grande Union High School District.
It's just an honor to be before you. I'm excited for this opportunity and to join the Casa Grande family. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so I need to entertain a motion to approve the appointments of Virginia Reese.
Do we vote on it?
Yeah, he's asking for a motion.
Just for motion vote on A now.
I make a motion, we approve Virginia Reese
And
change Brian Mapp.
Second.
any discussion?
Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Mr. Lopez?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins?
Yes.
And Mr. Salcedo?
Yes. All right, moving on to 9, future agenda items. Board may present agenda items to be placed on future agendas. Call this meeting adjourned.